Welcome to the Metaphysical Journey. My name is Michael. I record these messages the day ahead, the evening ahead, so this is your reading for the day. For this message, I wasn't drawn to a specific person, so I didn't take anyone's name from the comments. And on that, in the future, what I'm going to do is when I'm drawn to a person, I will give the reading just out and I won't say the person's name. I'll send you a private message, though, asking you to check the reading for a particular date because that is yours. This one, there's not a particular person because this message started coming to me tonight on the way home from dinner. And I was getting bits and pieces of it, and I was like, all right, where is this going to go? And then when I got home, I really put some thought into it. And then I went to the deck closet to see what I would pull. And I'm pulling from two sources, the Modern Merlin Oracle, and the second one, and this one, we're just going to go with it. Messages from the Mermaids. And I was also led to one other thing. And this is a print that I bought years ago when I was in Canada on Prince Edward Island. I'm a huge Anne of Green Gables fan, so I went to Cavendish and had the whole experience. It was awesome. But while there in a shop, I found a little sign and it says, "Miracles only happen to those who believe in them." And it's a French proverb, and I'm going to bring this into the message as well. So, looking at the first card from Modern Merlin Oracle, that card that came out is playfulness. And it says, connect to your inner child. And I want to bring this back in just a little bit. The second card coming from Messages from the Mermaids is magic. Now, I looked in the guidebook for both of these decks because I don't use these very often. Modern Merlin more than the Mermaids. It's been probably almost 2 years since I've used that deck. But I looked for keywords from the messages from the guidebook to see what came out. And childlike, I picked up on right away. And so, messages from the Mermaids on magic, it says, open your eyes and heart to wonder and magic, to open your heart and eyes to wonder and magic. Life is full of magical occurrences. A magical gift will soon be received or given. And this card talks about how mermaids have a childlike, playful quality. They they're filled with curiosity and wonder, and they live in the moment because children do that. If you think about it, when you were a child, you didn't have a lot of problems. You just went out, you had a lot of fun, you played, and you were exploring. You never thought about what happens tomorrow. You didn't think about it. You lived in the moment. Now, wouldn't it be nice to go back to that? Because think about your life now. You are living a life that is filled with constant change. And there's a lot of chaos happening right now. And where this is impacting you the most is when it comes to the areas of your life. And I'm going to say for me, largely it would be in Tarot, it would be the suit of Pentacles. Your foundation, your money, your security, those things that you have to have. And you may be wondering what's going to happen to my job. With the economy going like it is, am I going to have the money to feed my family, the education costs, all this, and you throw in health on top of it, you are under a lot of stress. And things are happening so rapidly, you can't even keep up. You're just literally right now, you are in a response mode. You don't have time to stop and plan. You also don't have time to feel like you're a child. You have to be the grown up in the room and you have to take care of all these things and all these problems and situations. You have to handle this. That's a lot of stress that you're under. It's too much stress. And what comes across in this that we have to think about is that miracles only happen to those who believe in them. Have you stopped believing in miracles? Have things become so tough that you think you just are a victim of circumstance, of fate, that you have no control and you're just trying to survive? What the other side wants all of us to know is that we are not alone. And when we are asked to have a childlike quality, that means that if we're asked to be the children right now, that means there's an adult in charge. Now, who is that adult? Many people think of that in terms of our physical reality. Is the adult the the land owner? Is it the government? Is it the church? Who is the adult in the room? And do you trust them? Do you have faith in them? Do you think they have your best interests at heart? Probably not. Because if you did, you wouldn't have all the fear that you might be feeling right now, the uncertainty, the not knowing what happens next, because it doesn't feel like there's a plan in place, not anything that you can really grab a hold of and feel confident with. But there is a plan in place. It's not coming from the physical, it's coming from the other side, the spirit side. Your team, the divine, the universe, however you choose to identify it, they do have this under control. Everything that happens to our life, as painful as it seems in the moment, in the long run is for our highest good. But we can't see that. And after a while, we stop even believing in that. And we don't see miracles anymore. We don't see anything. If something great happens, we're like, well, that was just a one-off. But that's really not the way it is. And children are meant to go out and be filled with wonderment and explore their world and see the beauty. Do you have time in your life right now to stop and see the beauty outside of our homes? And wherever we go, when we're on our way to some place or walking somewhere, we are so in our heads, we don't even notice what's around us. Because while we are going through the dark night of the soul, there is springtime all around us. Life continues, it grows, and we do interact with that energetically. And we could do it a lot more strongly if we could stop and felt that we had the time to stop and just acknowledge it and be grateful for it. And that's what we're being asked to do right now. Everything that's happening in your life is a major distraction. It's major. And a lot of it is not accidental. It's happening for a reason to try to snap all of us out of our heads enough to say, I am not the one controlling all of this. And that's where we're struggling because we're trying to control it and we do not have that control. And we're not meant to control it. The only thing that we can control are our thoughts and how we respond and how we react. So consider throughout the day of doing just that, just stopping and kind of like, let go, let God. Just stop and say, all right, I'm going to, for the next 3 minutes, try for three. If three is a huge number today with what we all deal with, but for 3 minutes, say, I'm going to detach from where I am right now and I'm going to go and do something. I'm going to go stand outside. I'm going to go look at my house plant. I'm going to just sit and pet my dog or my cat or whatever it is you have. And I'm just going to be in this moment with this thing, whatever it is, and I'm going to be grateful because in this moment, I am not alone. And I'm going to focus my energy on this. Your house plant, whatever. I spend a lot of time with my house plants. They're great. But just do that for that moment in time because you are going to find when you do that, it's going to change your mindset, your perspective on things just a bit. It'll shift it a bit. And that's where you can start to say, you know what? I don't know what tomorrow brings. I don't know. But right now, I do know that I have this right here in front of me, and I'm spending time with this. And for that, I'm grateful because it brings me some happiness. That little shift in our thought, our mind, has a huge ripple effect that goes out across the universe, and more stuff starts to come in. So the gift that you may be given could be the answer to something that you're looking for. It could be a phone call that alleviates a lot of your stress. It can be anything that's a confirmation to you that there is a higher force that's actually in control of what you're going through. And that I see as a miracle. As long as we can stop, take the time to acknowledge it for what it is. It may be small, but in the long run, it'll be a huge, huge thing. And one miracle that we see leads to the next one and the next one. And before long, you're seeing it happen all around you. You see all the beauty, and it gives you enough confidence and courage to say, okay, if this happened and those were great, that means there's more out there. And it confirms that you are on the right path, you are doing the right thing, that you are not in control and not meant to be in control, but that something else is. And that, as a child, is all that you need. Children know where they're most know where their next meal is coming from. They know that they have a parent that loves them. They know that their basic needs are going to be taken care of, as are ours. There's this verse in the Bible that talks about how God even sees the sparrow, the little sparrow, and knows everything that it's going through. If he knows about the sparrow, he absolutely knows about you. Everyone on the other side knows about you because you're special and they watch out for you. Have a little bit of faith and just believe that they are doing that, and what they do is for your highest good, always. That's your message for the day. Thank you so much for following me on the metaphysical journey. And I want to say, I don't know what you're going through, but I hope that you get your answer soon because you've put a lot of effort into what you do. Your heart's in the right place and you care, and the other side cares as well. Have a great day.